Cross joins. What are they and how do we code them? Once again we get to the cross join or Cartesian product, where the rows in the join is equal to the rows in the table multiplied by the rows in another table. Much like a Cartesian product in mathematical matrices, where you take all the rows in one and you multiply by the other. So 3 times 3 is 9. I have 9 rows in this table. From the point of view of the data in the tables in my database, if I select the count from the category and the count from the show, and I do a cross join between these two tables, I have 147 times 34, which, if I'm not mistaken, gives me 4,998 rows that are not necessarily related. I can check this by doing a count and wrapping the query inside the count function. And I can do it with the two different types of join syntax. This is the original Oracle proprietary join syntax, and this is the ANSI standard join syntax using the cross join clause. Now let's go and look at examples. So here's my work file. Let's go and open up SQL Developer and run these examples. And I'm going to connect to the show user. I'm going to go back to my work file and copy and paste and go through the examples. So first of all, I'm going to count the rows in the category table. Let's get rid of this. We've got 34 rows. Let's count the rows in the show table. We have 160 rows. I've updated this database somewhat. So now let's do an Oracle proprietary cross join. We don't have a where clause here, so it simply joins everything regardless. And we get 5,540 rows, which if I take out a calculator and I do, 34 times 160, which you could do in your head if you want, is 5440 rows. So we know we're joining everything to everything else regardless of any connection relationship between the two tables. That's what a cross join is. It just joins all the data row to row regardless of any kind of relationship. And here is the ANSI standard cross join clause. Again, the same count. And obviously we can do the same thing with a cross join of more than one table. And in this case we're joining the category, the show, and the venue table. Cross join everything. Lots of rows. If we were to take the category, the show, and the venue, let's do this. Let's count from venue 177. Let's go back to the calculator again. 34 times 160 equals times 177. We get 9262880, which, if I'm not incorrect, that is the row count we got exactly. And obviously we can show the data itself. So let's go and pull this, put this down the bottom here. We'll run this other one just now because that's 3 tables. I just want to do this in stages because it helps to understand. So let's cross join these 2 tables. We've got the name and the show ID. Or we could do, let's say, show date. There's a more identifiable field. And we've got lots of shows for all sorts of categories of types of shows on every day. We join everything to everything. It's a cross join seems meaningless at this stage until you start digging into things like data warehouses. It's not necessarily a logical application of displaying information, but it's a way to create pre-constructed reporting structures, if you like. Cross joins are useful in that respect. Now let's go and look at the category name, the venue name, and the show date, cross-joined from 3 tables, and we get a lot of information all coming up on the screen, which is largely unrelated. That's a cross-join. You know what a cross-join is and what it means. It's very simple. I'm going to copy these examples back in here so you have the changes.